Hi guys, Happy New Year. 2017 has started. We're already a couple of days in, 5 days, but I still owe you guys a review of 2016. And of course, the most important question, how high will Bitcoin go? That's the most important question on my mind, and I bet many of you are also wondering that. So I will start with the most important thing. I think that the Bitcoin rally will not go as high as most expect. I've studied a little bit more in depth, and initially I thought that, well, Bitcoin, if it would breach $1,200, the previous all-time high, it would likely go at least 3,000, possibly 5,000, maybe 10,000. But that would be absolutely the peak, of course. Then you have to sell everything if you dare to trade in and out. But upon looking more in depth, I'm cutting these numbers in half. And so instead of being 10,000, the all-time high, I will sell everything, probably will be more like 5,000. And instead of starting to sell only at 3,000, I'll probably start selling at 2,000, a little bit below 2,000 even, just to be sure. And I will sell pretty hard starting there. Why? Because I've noticed when I studied previous rallies that the bull market actually becomes weaker and weaker, and this is goes very quickly. So for example, the first bull market, when it went from 100 in 2011, when it went from a couple of million to 100 million, it did times 32. And I'm always looking at the previous all-time high. So that was about $1. And then it went to $32, so that's times 32. Then the second bull market in 2013, it went up from the previous all-time high, 32, to a new all-time high of 255. That is actually 32, 255, that's only times 8. So that's a lot less. But of course, then it went from not 1 million to 100 million, it went from 100 million to 1 billion. So that's 10 times bigger. And so the bull is cut in 4, the power of the bull. And then the bull after that, it went from the previous all-time high, 255, to a new all-time high of 1,200 or so. And that's times 4. So cut in half. So it was cut in 4, now cut in 2. But indeed, the last one, that bull market was from not first it was from 1 to 100 million, then from 100 million to 1 billion. But that last bull there was from 255 to $1,150 was actually starting already at 1 billion and going to 10 billion. So it was again times 10. And you see that the bull market was cut, the power of the bull was cut in half again. So first cut in 4, then cut in half. Now we're again in the new times 10. We're not starting at 1 billion, but at 10 billion now. So the power, the bull will be quite certainly less powerful than times 4, as in the last bull. Will it be cut in half? That is certainly possible. That's what happened last time. It was cut in half. If it would be cut in half now, it would not do times 4, but only times 2, compared to the previous all-time high. So 1,250 times 2 is 2,300. But of course, it took again 2-3 years for a new bull to form. That happened also in 2011. in 2013. It took also 2 years then since 2011. So those bull markets are likely stronger. So I would say that by rough estimate, it has a chance to do ×3, but I wouldn't count on ×4 because we're actually again 10 times higher in market cap. And then ×3 would be not 2,500, but like 3,500 or so, to 3,600. But you see, these numbers are a lot lower. And I think something very important to take also into account is that the fundamentals of Bitcoin have weakened strongly. There is internal conflict. The amount of transactions cannot go up for the time being, and this may be a stall. Like a solution may take another year if parties don't agree. And so this is a serious problem that will probably also weaken the bull market. I do think we will get one, but it may be a lot weaker also due to this. And so then I would say, no, don't count on ×3, just count on ×2 because... And so ×2 is only 2,300, 2,500. And this is a lot lower than most people expect. And so very likely what will happen is that if it crashes, then, well, most people will not have sold much. And so then it will correct from 2,500 back to 2,200 or so, either over a long period of time or in a flash crash. That's really not certain. It has done, it could happen either way. But it will likely stay there for quite some time, around 1,500 or so. And so the opportunity is, I think, to sell above 2,000. I know this is disappointing, but there is uplifting news. I think that the power of the bull in the altcoins will make up for that weakness. And so because again, because the fundamentals of Bitcoin have weakened, likely, and some altcoins will profit from that. Altcoins in general will profit from that, and so that's just for the Bitcoiners. They will likely invest more in altcoins in this bull market, but also the newcomers, many of them will again have this feeling like, okay, but Bitcoin has gone up so much. Is there an opportunity in altcoins? So a lot of new money may. I will, as always, go to altcoins too. So and there, of course, you can see gains that are comparable to, that's not ×2 versus all-time high, but a lot more. But I do think Bitcoin in the long term, even if it splits into 2 Bitcoins, has a very, very big future. But it probably needs to because it has such a strong brand, and if it splits into 2 communities, 2 Bitcoins, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Unlimited, at first it will create some probably some insecurities, but it will probably strengthen both Bitcoin versions in the long term. But this is too much out in the future. But I do think that I'm investing the majority of my portfolio in altcoins, but the plan is to actually go back to Bitcoin, but only at the point when people really believe that certain altcoins are the future, and have gone up a lot more than Bitcoin. But I think that will already be the case when Bitcoin is around 2,000. You will have seen that a lot of altcoins have gone up a lot more than Bitcoin, and I think that's a very good time to, of course, sell Bitcoin for fiat, but even better to sell altcoins for Bitcoin. and of course Bitcoin to fiat too. So that's my plan that I'm working on. What else can I say? Watch my previous videos if you're looking for opportunities. I've discussed many altcoins in many videos. So, review of 2016. It has been a great year for me. I'm very, very happy. It was the first year up again, because 2013 was of course also an amazing year for me, the first in my life that I did really well with my investments and made up for many years of losses and struggling. But then 2014 and 2015 I lost tons of money again, and I was almost back at like no gains. But I did had of course 5% return expressed in euro after living expenses, so my capital hasn't evaporated, it's still there, but I hadn't made any money at the end of 2015, and I started to cut back enormously in my expenses, and I realized that I had been making serious mistakes. But 2016 has been a lot better again, and I'm very, very happy with it. Of course, for me, it's thanks to Bitcoin, not my altcoins investments. NXT, Ardor, and Clamps have not gone up like many others succeeded in doing. 2016, Ethereum went up tons, Monero went up really a lot, so much that I'm starting to get scared, because I just invested some in Monero, 10% of my portfolio, and Monero went up like 2,200%, so times 22 in 2016, best performing coin probably, an asset in the world. So it's really a bad idea to invest in that from that perspective, even if it has a great future. The chances are actually pretty high this will underperform strongly the other coins this year 2017, because same for Ethereum, it has gone up a lot at the start of 2016 it was 60 million, now it's 600 million or 700 or 800, that's also times 12. So Dash actually didn't go up that much, but yeah, I think personally that the opportunity right now lies in small altcoins that have not performed well past year, and that's of course my bags. I know, I'm sorry I have to, I'm pumping my bags again, but I have to admit I don't dare to buy any more of them, but that usually is a good time to buy some of them. But that's NXT and Ardor and Clamps, and I'm also looking at some other coins, Decred, and also Byteball. I really like it, even though it's already going up a lot and it's now a market cap of 20 million. This is interesting because it's a new project, of course. It's like NXT at the time, it can go up a lot and then years go down. But I think we're still, of course, in the initial bull market here, that may go up a lot more and may profit a lot from the just general cryptocurrency bull market. Same for and then there are many other coins that are interesting, of course, but you certainly can't study them all, far from it. So I'm only like studying a few of them. But I think that index investing here is not recommended, even though I think altcoins in general will go up a lot. Just like buying the top 10 or top 30, a little bit of each. There are a lot of scams in this arena, or just not even scam, but just not serious leadership that is in it just to like dump on you and leave the project. And so you buy some of that at 10 or 20 or 50 million market cap, and it will really go to zero over the next 2 years. So it has happened with several projects, and it's really painful to have such things in your portfolio. So I'm thinking of BitShares, for example, is worth almost nothing now. Counterparty worth almost nothing. Mastercoin, now called Omni, worth almost nothing. But there are so many others. You have Quark that went to almost zero. And all these coins have been in the top 10. Of course, Aurora Coin, and I'm forgetting many more. And so you buy a basket of these top 10 or top 20 or top 30 coins, and you know, so an investment that goes to zero, you need, of course, it is a possible strategy. Certain of them will do times 10, even times 100, but yeah, in the top 10, that's much less likely than the top 20, 30. So if you're gonna do that, you probably should go to the top 50 or so and maybe avoid the top 10. Then you can try that strategy. What else? Well, just some personal stuff. In 2016, my YouTube channel has gone up a lot in growth. I think you can see the amount of times people, the duration of total time duration people have been watching my videos. That was 88 days. It has been going up, doubling every year since 2013, like 20 days, 40 days, and then 80 days in 2015. But in 2016 it went up to 1 year and a half. So that's cool. And subscribers also has done times 4 or so. It was only like 200 subscribers or so, or 300, and then the last year 1,000 new subscribers have joined. So welcome all, 1,200 subscribers. It's not a lot versus many channels, of course, but for a cryptocurrency channel, it's really very good. And of course, my Lambo videos have also catched on, and one of them has 300,000 views, where my engine blows up. That's really nice. But I have also started producing a lot more videos. I produced 60 videos last year. That's also a lot more than the years before. It was only 20 and 10, and so that's growing, and I'm really enjoying it. And I have some plans for the future that I think many of you will dig. And what else? Thinking what else I can tell. Something more about crypto. No, I'm gonna keep it short. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wish you all an amazing 2017, and thank you so much for liking, for having supported me. Many of you subscribed, liked many of the videos. Some people are commenting a lot. Thank you so much for that. If you don't know yet, I do have also a Twitter channel. I tweet quite often, and it gives you a lot of info about things I'm talking about. So subscribe to my tweet. On the YouTube homepage, the channel homepage, you find the links on top to my Twitter and also my Instagram. I publish also pictures from time to time. You see also a link there of the NXT demo wallet. Ardor will be released this year, and a testnet will soon come out. So maybe check out the NXT wallet if you're looking to invest in some altcoins. What else? Do invest some in Byteball, I would say. Even though the market cap is 20 million, I think it's interesting. This is a very new technology. It could be a total bust, but it may be the future of cryptocurrency. And of course, what I'm looking for in cryptocurrency is to be able to invest in something that grows up a lot, those times 10 times 20 times 30, and you have a chance here. And even if you sit long enough times 100, this is going to be a lot harder in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Monero. Of course, it's after it already went up so much, this may take a much longer time than some of these small new projects. But of course, the risk is much higher too there. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and please also share some of my videos if you haven't already with some of your friends on your Facebook or Twitter. I really value that highly. Bye.